that looks pretty dang freaking spot on to Skye's house. Am I right or am I right? I think I am indeed right. Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah and welcome to another Sims 4 and Animal Crossing New Horizons hybrid video where I take some of the houses from my Animal Crossing New Horizons villages and build them in The Sims 4. Today I've decided we're going to be building Skye's Animal Crossing New Horizons house in The Sims 4. She was the first villager that I found while I was villager hunting. So she has been with me from the very beginning and holds a very special place in my heart because of that, and today I'm going to build her house. So with that being said, let's jump into Animal Crossing. I'll take you on a quick tour of her house and then we'll build it in The Sims 4. So here we have Skye's house from the front. It looks a bit basic, honestly, but Skye's a little bit introverted and shy, and I feel like her house really reflects that. Don't get me wrong, it's still really cute and it's very Skye, but there's just not a lot going on with it. It seems like her favorite color is blue, so I landscaped with some blue hydrangea bushes and white pansies. There are blue pansies in the game, but I liked how the white ones have the blue in the middle better for Skye's house. Let's go inside and take a look though. So I know you'll be seeing a lot of books straight away. Skye loves reading and writing and will quite often mention stories she's read or is writing when you speak to her. Funnily enough, the two book stand things on her chest of drawers I actually gave her for 2 separate birthdays, forgetting that I'd already gifted them to her, and I also gifted her the pop-up book on her table for Christmas. She has a basic kitchenette in here with a stove and a sink, and her furniture is very basic and wooden, super cute and light vibes though for Skye. With that being said, let's get into The Sims 4 now so I can try my best to recreate Skye's house. So here we are in The Sims 4. Now, if you have not seen my Animal Crossing hybrid videos in The Sims 4, basically I have this shape house and I use this shape house every time because the structure of the houses on the outside, they're pretty much the same across all of the villages. It's just how they're decorated that is different across all of the villages. So we've just seen what Skye's house looks like and it follows this exact shape, so that is totally fine. It could be a hipped roof, but that's going to bring it up into a point, and it's not really a point, it's more flat across the top, which is why my instinct makes me want to go with a gabled roof because it is flat across the top. Now that being said, just while I'm doing this, a couple of little things that I need to let you know. Firstly, I'm not a confident builder in The Sims 4. I generally make silly builds on purpose, and that is the purpose of this series, is to also make silly houses that aren't really super functional, but they just look kind of like the ones in Animal Crossing. And that is honestly the other thing I need to say. While I am trying to make this look as accurate as possible to how the houses look in Animal Crossing, we don't have everything in The Sims 4 that we do have in Animal Crossing. So it's not entirely possible to make these houses exactly the same, but I'm trying my best to just make them look as accurate as I can to how they do in Animal Crossing. And that starts here with this little piece that we've got over what's going to be the front door, in that Skye's is rounded. So I'm just going to round this out, and then we'll be able to put a porch light in there, I reckon. I am also thinking of just bringing in that trim on the side there. I think that would be nice. So she's got a cream, it looks like a scalloped roof, like a cream scalloped roof. And I think we're gonna have an issue with this because we're not gonna have the right colors. What's the bet? What is the freaking bet that in The Sims 4 we don't even have remotely close to the right colors? Unless I go with this shingle. It's not a scalloped shingle, but in all of the scallops that we've got, we don't have anywhere near close to this creamy white that Skye has. I'm looking at a reference image off to the side, by the way, so if you see me look over here, I'm looking at my reference images. This is going to be the best that I can do, I reckon, because The Sims 4, we are limited with what we've got. I think this is going to be our best bet for the foundation trim. It's very red, but I'm just trying to make it look as accurate as possible. So then we have a pretty basic wallpaper, honestly, for the outside of Skye's house. It just looks like it's a plain basic white, and then it's got some like stone trimming on the bottom. So I'm pretty sure I could even recreate that with something like this. Yeah, like honestly, I'm kind of feeling like that gives really similar vibes, and I would be happy to use that. So that being said, moving on to some little accent things, the columns, she's got kind of like a woodsy vibe with them. They're kind of like actual logs, and I'm kind of hoping that maybe Outdoor Retreat could give us something similar. Let's have a look at Outdoor Retreat for a second. Okay, this is the only column that we've got from Outdoor Retreat, but it does kind of give that rustic vibe that I'm kind of feeling when I look at the columns that Skye has on the front of her house. So I feel like that's gonna work. As for the doors, I already know. We've got like the exact door. I'm just hoping we're gonna have it in the right color. It's not rounded, but it's blue and it has like the porthole that you see through. So I'm going with that door because that's the one that immediately jumped in my brain. I knew we had this door and I knew that it was probably going to be the best that we could get, even though it's not rounded, but we're going with it. So I reckon this is actually going to be the front of Skye's house. Is it perfect? No. But is it pretty good for what we've got in The Sims 4? I think so. So with that being said, let's go inside Skye's house now. We've got a very basic house. I know I picked a kind of basic one for this one, but all the ones that I've done so far have been kind of intricate and very difficult to achieve, honestly. So I felt like going with one that was maybe going to be a little bit easier this time. That's why I picked Skye's house. So we're going to need some wood flooring. And we're going to need a simple blue wallpaper, and I'm excited. I'm pretty sure we might have something similar to this. Otherwise, I might have to make this flooring in this pattern. We do have this vampire's wood flooring, and I reckon by changing the angle, I can maybe make this patterning. You see what I'm doing here? Do you see what I'm doing? It's a little bit funky and interesting, and it's gonna take me a minute, but it's fine. We're gonna work it out. Yeah, that's coming together. See, when you have a look at that, is that not coming together? That looks pretty dang freaking spot on to Skye's house. Am I right or am I right? I think I am indeed right. There we go, that's Skye's flooring done, and I'm super happy with that. I was hoping this was going to be super easy, and I'm very happy with it so far. Which one do you think? I'm just going to color a couple of pieces. Which blue do you think is the blue? See, now I'm kind of thinking it's this blue, the darker blue. Let's go with that. I reckon that's going to be the way to go there. Beautiful. She does have two windows, one on either side of the house, which is really nice. And they look to be like a pretty basic white 4-paneled window. So on the inside, we pretend we don't see this window because this window is only here to make the outside look as accurate as possible. But we do need windows on the inside to also make it look as accurate as possible. Maybe this one from Horse Ranch would be good. So, furniture time, I reckon. So, we do have a little kitchenette in Skye's house. So, having a look, it's got a little counter with a stove on it, and it's got a sink on it. And this is again where the part about things not being functional comes into play, because none of these Animal Crossing builds are ever functional. They're just not. We're just trying to make it look as accurate as possible. So, it's a brown, oh, hold on a second. I was going to say it's brown with like a cream counter, and then I saw this freaking counter, the Alpha Beta Fong counter from the Cool Kitchen Stuff pack, and I reckon that's going to be the perfect freaking counter. So then, do we happen to have cabinets that match? The only thing is they have glass doors on them. Would that matter though? Because it'd really only be one that I would need because Skye has like a range hood over her stove. So I don't think it would really matter. And then we need to get like a little range for what's going to be over the stove. So she's got a pretty solid one. We are not going to have anything that is going to be in a similar color. So I'm just going to pick one that I feel like I would like to use. Oh, wait, hold on a second. What about this one in black? I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's gonna have to freaking do. Now, as for stoves, she's got like a stovetop, a built-in stovetop, just like this one from Dream Home Decorator, so that's perfectly fine. And then we do have a sink as well. I mean, that does the trick. Now, she does have a jug sitting on top of her stove, and I definitely could do that. I'll do that in just a moment when I'm looking at some more decor stuff. Butting up right against this counter, we've got a dining table, and it's a pretty basic square table, but it's also really big, and we don't have really big square tables. We've only got little square tables, like this size of square table. So what I did for my Animal Crossing house when I built my Animal Crossing New Horizons house in The Sims 4 is I got two rectangular tables, say for example like this one, and I put two of them together to create a square table, and I think that's what we're gonna have to do here. I'm gonna have to find just a basic wooden one, which we're probably just going to go with this one then, the Simplicity dining table. It's just about finding the right swatch. Because she's got a lot of lighter wood tones, I feel like this is going to be the most accurate that we're going to get. Lighter wood tones for all of the rest of her furniture. Like the kitchen stuff really is the darkest that her house goes. So then she's only got one chair and I've just realized that I might actually need to turn these the other way in order to make that work, because the chair that she's got actually sits in the middle of the table, and that's fine. I can make that work if I have the tables then facing this way. And again, it's probably just going to be a basic wooden chair. So we'll go with that, no worries. So decorating is going to be interesting. I've got a couple of ideas for decorating. I mean, we're going to need a jug for here. I'm going to need to put some stuff on the table, and I've got some really interesting ideas for decorating that I'm going to be able to make. I just want to get the staple furniture in here first. So let's move on to the chest of drawers, shall we? These are the three that I'm sort of debating between. So what I like about this one is that it looks very similar structure-wise to the chest of drawers that she's got. I don't like that it's not the same color. Whereas this one is the same color, it just doesn't quite look right structure-wise. And this one looks a little bit more similar structure-wise, but also isn't quite the same color. So what do I do here? I kind of feel like I need to make it color-wise look the same. So even though I think this would be perfect, I just wish that it was in the right color. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of this one as well. And I'm going to go with this chest of drawers. And then she's got a really, really big bookshelf, which is amazing. She loves reading, so bookshelves are definitely really important to her. Again, it's kind of a basic bookshelf, and it's kind of giving me this vibe. I feel like that's a solid option from high school years. Do we have a better color though? That's going to be as close as I reckon I can get. I'm happy to go with that though. And then we do need a bed. Now, I have a bed in mind, and it is this one from university because Bud's house also used this bed. And I had this problem last time where it was just trying to get the right swatch. So because this one has the reds and yellowy kind of bedspread, I'm going to go with this one. Even though the wood tones don't match, I feel like the look of the bed, like the structure of the bed and the bedspread are close enough to what Skye has that I'm happy to go with that. So then over here, we've got a tall boy, like a big closet. I didn't realize that. Am I gonna be able to find something to go here or what? Okay, yes, I freaking am immediately. I feel like this one from Parenthood is gonna be the way to go. Is it Parenthood or Kids Stuff? I can't remember. I can't remember what the packs are called. I feel like that's gonna be the good vibes though, the vibes that I need. It's the right coloring. It's got the open closets and then at least one drawer underneath, which is what Skye's has. That is all of Skye's essential furniture placed. Oh, you guys, I got so excited. I thought I was having a genius moment, and I thought that I could like put a rug on top of the table, but when you raise it up, it won't go above the object. Apparently it is so high in the sky, but it's kind of just floating and doesn't really work like it's supposed to. I thought I was onto something. I thought I was gonna be a genius and recreate her tablecloth with a freaking rug, but it doesn't work. Honestly, I think this is probably gonna be the best I'm gonna be able to do for the decor. So we've got the two identical book things that I gave Skye, whoopsie, my bad, and this is supposed to be the pop-up book that I gave her. And then we do have the jug on the stove as well. Oh, I forgot the bottle of hand sanitizer though. There we go. I reckon that will do the trick for the inside of Skye's house. Wowee. But the video's not over yet because I've still got to landscape the outside of Skye's house. Now, going back to looking at the front of Skye's house, I've got some blue hydrangea bushes, and I've also got some blue pansies. Well, they're white pansies, but they've got blue on them. So that's the way that I look at it anyway. So I definitely want to decorate with some blue flowers. I'm just trying to think of how I want to landscape this lot though. So you know what? I might landscape off camera, and you're about to see Skye's Animal Crossing New Horizons house in The Sims 4 fully landscaped.
Eventually.
Alright, you guys, this is Skye's Animal Crossing house fully landscaped. So I kind of feel like Skye is the type of character. She would have a cottage in like the woods. She loves reading, she loves writing, and I could just picture her living in this little quaint cottage surrounded by some blue flowers, some trees and stuff in the woods. I did give her a little fake pond in the fact that this is actually a swimming pool, but it's just got the mossy covered water. I feel like this is really nice. Just, it's not a lot, but I don't feel like Skye would have a lot. Like, I feel like you would just stumble across her little cottage in the forest. That's what I feel like is happening right here. I did this little faded path up to the door because I felt like that would also just be really cute. Then we'll take a look inside because we always take a look inside at Skye's fully decorated house. So here we are. Yeah, this came together really quickly. I'm honestly really happy with how it came out. There's not a lot in here, but it's accurate to what Skye's floor plan is like. It's very accurate in general, I find. I feel like this is the most accurate so far. Out of all of the ones I've been able to create so far, I feel like this is the best. That being said, it was kind of easy. So like, I totally expected to be able to recreate this pretty accurately. So if you would like to download this house, I mean, I've uploaded all of the other ones that I've built to the gallery, so I may as well upload Skye's as well. You will find it on the gallery. My gallery ID is sezrawrr, the exact same way it's spelled here, and you will find it under Skye's Animal Crossing New Horizons house, or Skye's acnh house. But yeah, it's only 12,000 simoleons. You could easily just gut this house and put whatever furniture you like in there, maybe make it as a rags to riches home or something, if you feel like it. But you guys, that's all I've got for this video of recreating Skye's Animal Crossing New Horizons house in The Sims 4. If you would like to see me do this again, let me know in the comments down below because I really do enjoy these videos. I don't do them very often. I want to start doing them more often. So if you did like it, let me know in the comments down below. And if you did get this far in the video, maybe leave the book emoji in the comments down below to let me know that you got this far in the video, that you enjoyed Skye's house and how it turned out, and that you would like to see me do this with more Animal Crossing Villages homes as well. And if you would like to see more of me in general, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And with that being said, I hope you are having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!